up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Love and Marriage Huntsville recap review, episode 16. Girl, that was a mess. It was a mess. I was just reading some of my notes. Like, I want to start off by saying I know that a lot of people have trauma bonded with Melody because a lot of women have experienced exactly what she's experiencing. And so they now have these feelings towards her and feel like she doesn't do anything wrong. And what I witnessed on this last episode was her doing a lot of wrong and her being completely unlikable and just affirming why she's an unlikable person. While I may have empathy for what she went through and feel bad that she had to go through that and her whole marriage destroyed because her husband doesn't have any self-control, but she's unlikable. She just is. And this episode was so, I don't even know how to describe the feeling that I feel in the pit of my stomach. I don't know what other word to describe how. The only word that I can think of is disgusting and vile. And I know those are really strong words, but that's how I felt when her and Martell were going back and forth in that office. I felt like it's exhausting to watch them, really just take over a scene and make it the Martell and Melody show. And they're being equally petty. There's no one is doing more than the other. But what happened in that office? Melody started that. And like I always say, they're two petty people. They're great as a team, but against each other, it's a fucking mess. And he can't keep quiet. He doesn't have any self-control. Clearly, we are here because Martell has no self-control, right? He can't control his penis and himself that's attached to him, right? So if he can't control himself, we know he can't control himself. So what is the expectation, low? What is the expectation from her? Low as well. Melody and Marsau are talking. They're talking about Wanda and how what Wanda said to Melody's mom was out of order. But just last year, you were saying that you had sex tapes, videos of her mother having sex. So you're no better. And I'm glad that Melody called that out in the interview. Maybe she should have called it out in front of his face. But last year I just had a problem with you and my mom. So, I mean, while that sounds nice, Marsau, but you didn't do anything different from what she did the other day. So while you want to act like you're better than her, no, you're just like her. Mel's office, it's disgusting. It's like a narcissist fantasy land. You literally have every single picture of yourself up in that office. No black art, no scenic views, no Ansel Adams black and white, scenic views, none of that. Just you all over. It's so, I don't know what the word nauseating, I don't know what the word is, but it makes me feel like my food wants to come up and projectile out of my mouth. I was looking at her office like, this is gross. It's fucking weird. And I'm so glad that Maurice came in there and was like, he said something about a collage or something. That was ridiculous. Did anybody else think that was ridiculous? Or you thought that was okay for her to have every single thing that was in a frame on her wall in her office was a picture of her? Girl, that's fucking weird. That shit is weird as fuck. Martell's like, this is definitely her space. Kimmy wants to make sure that I said she wants to dissolve the comeback group, but she just wants to make sure that they tie up any loose ends. Melody said she wanted to pull out in 2019. Marsau says you can still pull out and have a baby. Everybody kind of starts laughing and like a little uncomfortable. And then she says, speaking of babies, where are the kids at? And he was like, oh, they're in your office. She goes, say what? That was unnecessary. It was like, why was it like that? You should have said, oh, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Let me go say hi to them. And then when she turned around, was like, I got to make sure my office is straight. First off, I got to greet them. And then I got to go make sure they keep my office straight. Girl, what was that all about? Girl, you a fucking gangster? Get the fuck out of here. Who are you, the Godfather, bitch? With your pinstripe suit on? Girl, all you need is a cigar. I was like, Melody is weak as hell. That's not no boss shit. You don't look like a boss. You look like a clown. You look like the boss of the clowns. That's what you look like. That's what you look like. They're always up in here. But when my kids in my office, girl, shut up. Anyways, everybody's looking around like this is a mess. Everybody was looking at Melody like it was just like weird. And then even Kimmy was like, girl, I'm too through. Like, girl, you are really acting. One of the symptoms, or I guess one of the traits of someone suffering from narcissistic personality disorder is this inflated, false sense of self. Melody exhibiting that characteristic with flying colors. She's doing a great job. You're doing a great job, sweetie. You look like a flaming narcissist. This inflated, false sense of self-importance. You're giving that, girl. That is what you're giving down here. Marsau and Maurice go to play tennis. They don't know how to play tennis. They said they need to learn how to play tennis in case somebody wants to compete with them. They can know how. They're sitting there talking about the business. Even down at the office, Marsau was like, it seems like something else is going on here. We came down here for a meeting and y'all got something else going on here. I don't know what y'all got going on down here, but this is not what we came down here for. They were all looking at them like, girl, we just had a conversation about y'all coming in, blowing up a scene and making everything about y'all. Because at one point, Melody goes, I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm going to do what I've been doing. And he goes, what, neglecting the kids? That was his response to her. While it was disgusting what he said, and everybody was like, oh my God, he was just dancing with her. That's the dance that they do. One of y'all are going to have to stop dancing because you both participate in the shit and I'm not sticking up for nobody. I cannot sit down here and be like, oh, well, Mel, the only thing that I can understand from coming from Mel is the amount of disrespect that she has for him. If I was Melody, nobody would be able to say, you need to respect Martell. I don't have to respect shit. But because you don't respect him, you're going to talk to him disrespectfully. And he doesn't like that. Nobody doesn't gonna like that. But you're mad, right? You're mad at him. You're still mad at him. And that may never subside. So until then, you need to stay away from him because y'all can't control yourselves. You say one thing, he says another. He jumps up. He says, I'm out of here. Girl, shut up. I'm out of here. Because she told him, if you would shut your mouth. And he said, no, you're not going to disrespect me. That was disrespectful. But does she owe Martell respect? She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't owe him shit. She doesn't owe him shit. Okay? That's the only thing that I can say. But girl, you look like a clown. Martell looks like a clown. He gets up. He walks out of the office. He grabs the kids and leaves. Then he calls back. I don't know how long it was. He calls back and he says, Mariah is crying. She won't stop crying. I'm about to pull it now. You can hear in his voice completely different. Both of y'all use your kids. Both of y'all do. And you left so abruptly. And then you said in your interview and lied and said that the girl was like, oh, this used to be y'all office and now it's just mommy's office. No, that was your problem. The problem was probably that you left so abruptly and the kids didn't get to say goodbye. That was more than likely what happened. The way you just picked them up and walked out the office and they didn't get to say goodbye to their mom or nothing. Oh, the kids are the most important thing. Stop lying. Y'all keep lying and saying that. They're not the most important thing. They're just as important as how you feel. And because you don't feel like you can be in a good space around Martell, you don't need to be around them, because what's really most important is your health. That's what's really most important. Y'all keep saying the kids are most important, but y'all ain't right. And until y'all get right, then the kids will get right. And that's just how it goes. They run outside and Marsau is explaining to Martell, raising kids is a lifelong battle. And like I said on Twitter, Marsau, you have the most skewed, fucked up perspective about relationships. Everything is, it's responsibility and commitment over happiness. And raising kids is a lifelong battle. That's how you're describing it? You're weird. Fucking weird. Bro, you are fucking weird. But I am glad that he said, girl, I thought we was having a meeting in here. Y'all on some other shit. I'm glad they said that, because y'all are really on some other shit. And then this idea, and somebody said it the other day in the comments, the reason why men think that men should behave a different way than the women is that they have agreed that women are more emotional than them. And so therefore you should be able to control your emotions, because you have been socialized to only have a relationship with anger. Any other emotion, you shouldn't have it. You should be able to control it. So how Melody is acting, it's okay, because women, you know how women act. And so the men are expected to act better than the inferior subhuman being that is the woman. That's how they're looking at it. So they have these weird ass expectations for Martell to behave a certain way when he's really just as petty as his wife, his ex-wife. And neither one of them, there should be no expectation that one should act better than the other. Both of them are hurting. Both of them are in pain. Both of them have not had even a chance to heal. They're still going through this stuff while we're all watching them. What Melody and Martell are going through, people go through it every single day. Going through it today, went through it yesterday, will be going through it tomorrow. What we're seeing with Melody Martell is no different from any other motherfucker having a divorce, who don't know who are petty, and who are not really well enough to even navigate the dissolution of their marriage, let alone have cameras following them around, documenting it. Even Marsau was like, were you there? Like, how are you saying that somebody was talking shit about you? And then she was like, we'll see. We'll see it. Yeah, we're going to watch the tape and we're going to see that nobody was making fun of you. So now what, Melody? You sound stupid. You look like a clown. You and Martell are two clowns. Two clowns running the first ring in the circus. Step right up. Step right up so you can see these two clowns perform for the cameras. And then Melody sit her ass in front of Tisha and Kimmy and say, I don't want to be around Martell until he grows up. No, bitch, you need to grow the fuck up. You need to do just as much growing as him. I couldn't believe that she actually said that. I can't be around him until he grows up. And then did you hear her? I haven't been doing nothing to you on social media as of late. So you do. So we know what you're doing. Y'all are just alike. Y'all are just alike. That's why nobody can stick up for you, because y'all are doing the same exact thing to each other. It's really crazy to watch. She told him to shut his mouth. Well, if you would shut your mouth, he said, no, you're not going to disrespect me like that. And I agree with him. But guess what? She's being disrespectful because you stuck your dick in another woman and got her pregnant and was doing it for half of the marriage. So that's why she's going to be disrespectful to you. So you should have a little bit of understanding. You were wrong and you fucked up your empire. Then Martell turns around and lies and said that the little girl was crying because of all the pictures. No, you was crying because of all the pictures. And Melody came back and said something about the way the little girl was feeling. We will never know unless we ask Mariah ourselves. Because I don't believe what neither one of them said she was crying about. Y'all don't fucking know. We would have to ask that child herself. Y'all coming up with some shit. Oh, she's crying because, and she's crying because. No, let's ask her why she's crying. I bet you neither one of you stupid asses asked her, why are you crying? You know why you're crying. You snatched those babies up out of there. They couldn't even say goodbye to their mom, nothing. But y'all was acting so ignorant. And Melody, you started it, sweetheart. And then she had the nerve to ask the rest of the group, why would y'all want to do business with him? Why would we want to do business with you? And that's what Marsau said at tennis. I'm not doing business with neither one of them. He said with Martell, but he definitely ain't gonna do a business with this emotional woman who does not know how to control herself. And he's not gonna do business with Martell. And I don't blame him. And somebody should have told her right then and there, you doing a lot, Melody. We get it, but it's a lot. All this performance and pointing. And first of all, my kids, I'm gonna make sure they're gonna keep my outfit straight. Girl, what was that? Weak as hell. I wouldn't do business with neither one of them. Neither one of them. So they go play tennis, and that's what he basically said. Marsau said that, the meeting with Dr. Francis, that, he's not depressed, or it shouldn't be, no one should make a big deal out of it. Maurice said, you can't tell your people who love you that you're depressed and nobody make a big deal out of it. So he manipulates the situation and says, well, it's because, I'm just kind of giving y'all a heads up. And so y'all can kind of keep a watch on me. And if it gets out of control, so when you're out of control, they're going to say, bro, we need to go to therapy. So you want to wait until the car breaks down and not do the oil changes at all, not do none of the oil changes, and just wait till the fucking car blows up. That's that what we're supposed to do? They're trying to prevent you from getting to that place. But you know everything. So let the motherfucker jump off of a goddamn bridge for all we fucking care. That's so stupid. I'm not playing these games with these manipulative ass niggas. Just unlikable people. And you want to feel bad for Melody, and y'all want me to feel bad for Melody, but I ain't trauma bond with that bitch. Girl, I'm sorry you went through that, but you're an unlikable bitch. You are. Martell, let me see. Oh, Kimmy and Letitia and Melody, they go meet. Letitia says she's tired of explaining herself. Kimmy wants to come up with some convoluted way to manipulate the situation. And we were at odds. So Letitia is telling you, girl, I sent a text. I wasn't even trying to act a certain way. Didn't you just say that you don't really like phone calls? So why do you have a problem with the girl sending you a text? Because she always does it. And so you're expecting her to always do something. But when she modifies her behavior to adjust to how you're acting, now all of a sudden you have a problem with it. Girl, fuck you. Fuck you, Kimmy. You make no sense. Martell, when he grows up, I'm not going to be around Martell. Girl, shut up. You need to grow the fuck up too. Martell's sitting there with Fred Acklin. Martell tells him he ain't studied his builder's license. He's not a good test taker. He's not a good test prepper. He can't do it, basically. But we're business partners. And he's like, yeah, but you need to focus. You need to focus. I'm not doing that. I hope Fred understands that the next time you go into business with another man, you need to ask him, do you have your builder's license? Because Fred did not know that Martell did not have his builder's license. We all saw his reaction when he shared that with him. So you're already in business with somebody who will lie by omission. To Melody's point, why would y'all want to do business with anybody like him? He clearly does not know how to handle his business. Anybody who would destroy their empire for some pussy doesn't deserve partnership, business or otherwise. You have no control. Crazy. He's talking to Fred. All of a sudden, Melody FaceTimes him. She says, can I see you in person? I need to see you in person. They're kind of laughing about it. I don't know what she needs to say. She normally doesn't do FaceTime. She pulls up. He was like, he said, I'm about to walk all the way down there because we don't want the neighbors to know your name. Leave it up to Melody's old bird chirping ass. Everybody's going to be able to hear her. Trust and believe that. She says, we need to talk about boundaries and respect. You are out of line. You do stuff on social media too. I saw her with the dude and he flipped out. Like any person in a relationship that they fucked up would do, is when they see the person they fucked up the relationship with another person, they don't know how to act. And because you believe you owned her because you were married to her, you believe that she shouldn't be with another person. And it sent him, I think the nigga went up. It seemed like he went up to the restaurant. You posted the restaurant online. Melody, you knew that was a place that was your favorite place. You took another person there. You did that on purpose. You're not going to tell me that you did, because you have a pattern of behavior that is not going to go unchecked and unnoticed. So what you did was went out with some other man, which you have every right to, but then you posted it and then want to act shocked when this unpredictable, irresponsible nigga who has no self-control shows up at the restaurant. You knew exactly what you was doing. You want to be childish. Y'all both childish. Y'all look crazy on here. And I hope you look back at this and realize how crazy y'all both look. And maybe you can grow from it, because y'all look crazy. Crazy as hell. Then she says, well, you told me you want me to be your wife again. Let me tell you something, Melody. Let me tell you something. That's nothing to smile about. That's nothing to feel like you've accomplished something because this man tells you that I want you to be my wife again. You shouldn't have. There's no honor in a man who destroyed his empire for some pussy telling you he wants you to be his wife again. None. It wouldn't be. Oh, you told me you want me. That's not cute. I wouldn't even mention that. You should actually be offended. You should be offended that he wants you to be his wife again after what he did to you. You should be offended by it. She starts pulling out her phone like she's going to find the text message of him, like you want to prove to the world. What you trying to do? Make a scene? You being loud at this man's place of business? Y'all are out of control. Out of control. He tells her, he pulls up the phone. It looks like a man's silhouette on the phone. He pulls up the phone. This is you. This is what you was doing. You know better than this. This is our restaurant that we did. You did that on purpose, Melody. And both of y'all have smirks on your face. It's exhausting. And the narcissist in both of you enjoys this. You feed off of each other. Both of you are each other's supply. That's why both of you are able and willing to jump on a hook when one starts some shit. You need to be worried about what you was doing while you was married in this Huntsville streets. You don't need to be worried about me. I'm a single woman. You was doing it too. She said, prove it. Martell, let me tell you something. You cheated on Melody for half of your marriage. Half of your marriage. Y'all was married 12 years. You cheated on 5. Half. And Coleslaw was probably pregnant more than once. This is the one she decided to keep. She might have had 3 babies. Huh? Hello? I'm sure of it. And you want to act like Melody cheated on you. If she did, she probably did it after you did it. So you have no legs to stand on, no builder's license to build a thing. What do you offer? And what could you offer anybody? Melody should be offended that you would even fix your mouth to say you want her to be. There's no, who, what? That's not a proposal anybody wants. And Arian is a fool if she accepts a proposal from a weak nigga like that. He's a weak nigga, girl. He's weak. And you a weak bitch for accepting a nigga like that. He wouldn't be able to step foot nowhere. He done called you a peasant. Didn't claim you, asked you for a paternity test, but you want to send a picture to Funky Dineva with a picture of a coleslaw when he makes coleslaw his main dish. You a fucking fool too. You in the second ring. Step right up. Anyways, y'all, that's my time. I wanted to hurry up and get this review done because I just finished watching it. Y'all tell me what you think of the episode. There's nothing else I can say. With Kimmy and Tisha, we see that it's going to boil over into next episode. I'm with Tisha. Girl, I'm tired of explaining myself. You can sit over there with your lips spread across your face, Kimmy. Don't nobody give a fuck because you wanted that girl to be molded into what you wanted her to be in your relationship, and she switched the terms and conditions. You're just going to have to deal with it. The way you wanted to tie up the comeback group, tie up the shit between you and Tisha. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.